All right, so let's get started. I see the feedback. All right, cool. So my name is Natalie Nicole. You guys already know me from the Mastermind. And I am honored and I'm privileged to serve on Lisa Nichols' Mastermind today. One, because after building a brand for over pretty much all my life, right? All my life I built my brands. I know the word brand has been so saturated, right? People are unsure what it is. But I want to share with you exactly how to build a brand on social media. And then I'm going to answer some questions along the way as well, right? Fair? So the first thing I want you to know is that you are a brand and your brand holds weight, okay? A lot of people are unaware and they're not sure. They don't know. Like, they're like, well, Natalie, I have no brand. Yes, you do have a brand, right? If you are a person, if you have existence, right? Whether you are someone that's a career woman or man, whether you're somebody that has excelled in any business, you're a realtor, you're a coach, you're a speaker, you're a credit advisor, I don't care what it is. That is something that you should be proud of, right? So because social media has grown so much, people have saturated their online presence with a bunch of content, right? So that's by default why their followers go up. And what happens is if you're not present on social media, if you're not owning what you're great at, okay, you will not be able to impact a lot of people. So the first thing we're going to commit to is that we're going to identify that we are the brand, our name, our first name, right? Dr. Friend, right? Maria Bradfield, hey girlfriend, Sharia Jackson, right? Like, we're going to identify that we are the brand. And it's okay to have business brands. It's okay to have other brands that you're attached to, communities or what have you. But you are the brand. People are joining you guys as the brand. Okay? They're hiring you as the coach. They're hiring you as the expert. Okay? So as you identify that you are the brand, you are going to make sure, no matter if you don't love these different platforms, you're going to make sure that you grab a few handles off of these platforms. Let's do a checklist. LinkedIn. All right. Got it? We're going to grab Facebook. We're going to grab Facebook. We're going to grab Instagram. Okay? Y'all got the checklist? LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're not going to get in the crossfire of the politics of what's going on TikTok. We don't do what they do. We do what we do. Okay? We're going to make sure that we are dominating in those spaces, that we're present. And by default, Instagram Meta gives you access to their new text-friendly, faceless social brand called Threads, right? Which is perfect for you all, which I want you to grab as well. Activate your Threads. Okay. Twitter is always a fun place. I'm not a Twitter girl, but you could be a Twitter person. Grab it. I still have a Twitter presence. Okay? And we're going to kind of like, I would dive into Snapchat, but we're not going to do that with you guys. Just focus on these ones right now, okay? If you're someone that has more of a millennial-based brand, a millennial target market, then we will go get Snapchat. Fair? So as we build, and I always tell people, someone on my Instagram said Pinterest. Pinterest is cool, but you first dominate these pieces first. Pinterest is like, and Snapchat are like the secondary ones, right? So the first ones, of course, like I mentioned, LinkedIn for this target demographic. That's a professional group of professionals and experts, right? We don't want to play in a playground that no one's there to play with us. We want to play in a playground where you can get interaction quick, right? So you guys have your list: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and then we'll slide some Twitter in there. Got it. All right. So let's talk about brand identity. Let's talk about how do you create content. This is a fun one because I believe that a lot of people get so confused on being a salesman on social media, or they don't know how to show up, right? They're like, oh my God, I have to do the same thing every day, all day. Your life is content. You are the content. As I love building my personal brand, and people say, well, Natalie, you're not talking about your agency enough. You're not talking about TLC enough. You're not talking about your store enough. By default, everybody, those different businesses are having traffic every day because I'm showing up as my true, authentic self. When you show up as your true, authentic self, content is a byproduct. What does that mean? That means that you can literally have a selfie stick. You can literally have somebody capture you walking or whatever it is. And by default, that's your everyday life. And that's what thrives on social media. Let's go a little bit further. When you create these pieces of content, how do you do that? Still photos work when you have a carousel slide on Instagram and Facebook. That one photo is not reaching the masses as much as the slides. People are curious. They want to know, what are you doing? What's happening? Where you been at? Oh, you was in Detroit. What were you doing there? They want to share a story. They want to see what's happening, right? They'd rather see a slide than text you and ask you, what are you doing? So the slide works. Reels. Any video that you create will be a reel. Okay? And that is literally on Facebook. That is on Instagram. Right? Even I noticed that on Threads, they like to see photos and videos now. Interesting. Now there's so many apps that I'll talk about at the end that you can create one piece of content and share it on all your platforms. Okay? Another thing that you want to do when you are online is make sure that you're interacting with people in your comments. Why? Because you want to first show social media that you're a real person. Their technology is so advanced right now that you don't want to get caught up with bots, right? So if you are interacting as a user, that means you're responding back with people with emojis. You're responding with people like, hey, yes, check your DM, right? If you're someone that says, I don't have time to interact, you're going to download something called ManyChat.com. ManyChat.com or Chatbot is a great interactor that you can put keywords in there. Of course, my agency, we provide those services, or you can learn and do it yourself. Okay, YouTube helps for that person, right? And then you want to make sure that your stories are being interacted with every day. What does that mean? I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm on this call with you guys. I just got to my store. Oops. Okay, I just act like I'm doing it because I'm on the other phone, right? So the phone did. So what you'll do is you go to your stories, right? And then you'll say, hey, you guys, so today I learned a lot at my social media private mastermind class with Lisa Nichols. Why did I say that? Because one, people can get access to it. They want to know, how did you get access to that, right? And now you're telling them, I'm on social media now, I'm more present. You're being vulnerable in a sense. I'm new on this thing, but I want to know why you follow me. That's little things that you can say on your stories. That's story worthy. And guess what happens? Now people are going to interact with you in your DMs. Now your DMs are popping, right? You might say, hey, you guys, I have a new event. I have an event coming up, a virtual class. Let me know what you think about A, B, C, and D. Tell me how you feel. That gives people an opportunity to have a conversation with you. People sleep on stories. And I think multiple reasons, because it might feel uncomfortable talking to yourself, right? But people literally are able to catch up on your life through your stories. People care. And I post what I want on social media. personally. So you think I'm just on social media all day? That's absolutely not. I post what needs to be on social media. If something needs to be on social media, I don't post it. How do you determine what needs to be on social media? What feels good? What feels good? So I want you to put in the comments 3 things that feel good to you in your life. What do you enjoy doing in your life right now? Do you enjoy working out? Do you enjoy hanging out with your grandkids, your mom, your uncle, whatever? What do you like doing? Put inside the chat. I want you to put inside the chat. All right. All right. Got it. Hanging out with my granddaughter, traveling, concerts, etc. I was sitting on my back porch. That can be a whole series, you know, if you just sit on your back porch and doing voiceovers, reading, having conversations. You know, that's what I would do, porch talk. I would. And just have, because you speak very well. And just having those conversations in your athleisure clothes, being comfortable, being confident, right there. Okay, Dr. Francis, hanging out with my granddaughter, traveling, concerts. Exactly. Showing that it's therapeutic to do those things. And then because you are an author and you're a great speaker and writer, you can literally put inside the captions how you're feeling and why those things are therapeutic and important. So that's how you create content. Okay? Maria said, hanging out in Hawaii at the beach with grands right now and working remotely. Exactly. I would show a whole series of you with your grandkids on the beach, walking, talking, connecting, and adding value. Right? All right. I love that. Okay. So those are just a few ideas, right? So let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, so we talked about social media platforms. Now we're talking about the brand identity, right? So we're talking about when we show up, we're showing up as that individual that we're proud of, right? We're showing up as that individual that's confident, that's clear, you're not confused. Even if you have some questions about your brand, you're not showing up as this person that's confused. You're showing up in confidence, right? So as you're showing up in confidence, you want to identify who is your target audience. This is fun, right? And the reason why I say this is, although I have a vast amount of people that follow me on social media, I have a target audience of a lot of women that follow me. A lot. Those are my people. Matter of fact, I have one of my newest interns is in front of me. She's a woman. I met her at a restaurant. She was super cool. She's like, I follow you on Instagram. I'm like, oh, you follow me on Instagram? I was like, hi, Alice. So she's right here. I'll show you guys too, right? Okay. And she's one of my target markets. I want to reach more millennials. I want to reach more people. You know, I help them think, grow, evolve, dream, become free. That's one of my goals, right? I have another goal of just helping, in general, women. Just women in general. I enjoy it. So I create content that may be not men friendly, but they still follow me and they probably refer me to their moms and their aunts and their sisters and their daughters. And sometimes they might buy things from me, right? Because I do have a lot of men clients as well. But my target market, my target reach is still that, okay? And it's okay to not be for everybody. It's okay. It's totally okay. And you can change up your target market at any given moment by creating content that's focused on that specific person. Got it? All right. So next, let's talk about strategy behind your content, right? So one, I love content strategy because I like having a lot of content in the vault. A lot of content in the vault is important because now, when in doubt, you pull out your vault. You pull out your album. You pull out what you have already, right? So you know you should not be searching for content. We were at Lisa Nichols' house in LA. Do you have that on your page? And if you don't have that on your page, why not? What are you scared of? Your bolt is your album. Your bolt is your phone. That's your bolt, right? So as you're building this content library, this content vault, these are memories that you're experiencing, okay, on an everyday basis. And you're now able to feel good because you're not going to be frantic when it comes down to building your social media brand. Because you have a bunch in your phone. So the truth really is that most people are scared to tell the world what they really do for real. They care about what people think about them, right? I used to be one of those persons. They care about the feedback. They care about the comments. They care about the mentions. They care about the likes. But in real life, half the people on social media don't really like themselves. They're waiting for you to create content for them to figure out their own identity so they can be able to be influenced and inspired by. That's the truth. The truth really is that there's a bunch of users on social media that's figuring out their life. And they need help. They need you. They want to know, Janelle, how do you fix credit? They want to know, hey, how can I build a community in the Latin market? How can I be able to diversify my market of who I'm trying to reach? There are people that are waiting for you. There are people who are waiting to become free, Karen. They want to know, how are you able to feel so much joy and so much life? Right? They're trying to figure out, okay, I know that you're this big time publicist. You know, Sharia, like they want to know, like, okay, you're this big publicist, but how can I be seen? I've been overlooked for so long. How do I become seen? See, my background allows me, my publicist is God. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I can't wait for us to work together because it's like people look at my brand, they might look at someone that have a lot of followers, but there's some people that have not a lot of followers on Instagram that have way more motion. Way more motion than the people that have followers. Because it's not about who's the loudest. It's not about who is the person that's the loudest and the most, boom on Instagram. It's who is consistent and who endures the race to the end. Right? Somebody can think they're faster than me, but they might not have more influence than me. Comparison is a thief of joy. You get what I'm saying? So when you make a decision to take the blinders off, and you don't care who's in your lane is doing what you do, guess what happens? A different level of advancement happens with your brands. People are watching you in high places, and they're waiting for you. And I remember when I was building my brands, and I was not building authentic brands. I remember when I was building my brand, it didn't feel good. And sometimes I look at the caption and I know it doesn't feel good. I look at some of the interaction, but this doesn't really feel too good. I don't like the way this feels. I looked up and realized I can pivot. Remember, I got robbed at gunpoint before. Right? I got robbed at gunpoint before. No one has a gun to my head telling me how to post on social media. God saved my life. So I have to operate fearlessly. I have to operate confidently. I have to operate authentically. I have to do that. I can't be hostage to myself. So as you're building, as you're growing, as you're evolving, you can use tools. You can use Go High Level. It's advanced. You need to hire, outsource. I'll be honest with you, it's not an easy thing to do by yourself. But what can you do by yourself? You can go right into your Instagram app and you can automate your posts. And you can schedule your stuff yourself. You can go right to, there's so many different things like Hootsuite, and you can schedule your stuff. You can be consistent. I'm giving you free game. You don't have to hire me. I'm more for an advanced person that wants to get it done right away. But if you say to yourself that you want to take the time and go your own speed, go put in the work. Right? Or you go hire an expert. But what you can't do is keep being stagnant on social media. If you're posting on Instagram every day, you have no interactions and you're not growing. You have to make a shift. You gotta make a shift on your social media. If you're on live and there's only one person every time on live, I'm not the person to tell you to keep doing it. Find a playground that's fun. Go on live with somebody else. So now you can save your time. Right? Next, last but not least, you're going to make sure that you're posting every single day on social media, on Instagram, and at least 8 to 10 times on your stories. I know you're like, well, Natalie, that's too much. We're not average. We're not average. We're above average. You can do it. So I dare you to do it for 30 days. I dare you to do it for 30 days. For 30 days, I dare you to post on your stories 8 to 10 times a day. Highlight your life. I dare you to post 1 time a day on your Instagram page. I dare you. I dare you to be successful on social media in this season. I dare you to be bold. I dare you to be courageous. I dare you to be strong. I dare you to do the things that's just not normal. Right? Are you healthy? Do you feel good? I remember when I first joined my network marketing company and TLC, and I remember I was like, well, I did not have this Howard University education to sell tea. No way possible. No way possible. I looked up and I realized that everyone that would judge me is not going to pay my bills. Anyone that would judge me will not add any value to my life. And when I start being bold and courageous, when I start talking about all my businesses and being more bolder and speaking life into my audience, guess what happens? A waiting list happens. A waiting list of people that want to work with me. Do I have it all figured out? No. I'm still figuring it out. But I prefer you to do it now than to do it scared. I mean, do it now than do it scared, not do it at all because you're scared. So I'm just excited. I'm going to open up for Q&A. This is not a in-depth social media because you need to do the beginning. You need to get started. You need to get started. I would love to say, hey, run ads, pay for promo, but if you're not consistent and if you're not changing your content up and you're only doing the things that make you feel comfortable online, 8 to 10 stories a day, 8 to 10. If you want to do 20, do 20. But 8 to 10 is a sweet spot. Sometimes I do 30. There's no limit. I might post on my page 2 times a day. There's no limit, but at least you're posting at least 1 time. Okay? You can do it on any playground that you prefer, Dr. Fran. I like on the beginning call, I said do everything. Whatever playground you guys prefer, you run with that playground. You either do everything, right? And you hire out. So you can be on every network. That's your 2 options. Right? And if you want to just choose one platform and do it yourself, cool. But to be a social media, to have social media growth, those are the suggestions that I have, is to use all platforms. Okay? All right. So I'm going to answer some questions, you guys. We can, unmute yourself and we have some time to answer some questions. You can unmute yourself.
So, Natalie, what constitutes a story? I've been doing reels every day.
So stories right there. You put plus and then put stories. Stories is highlighting your day. You can put videos on your stories. You can put what you're eating on your stories. You can put who you're with on your stories. Stories is creating an update of what you have going on in your life or whatever your interest is.
And how long would they be?
Just try it out and see. I think stories have a limit of 1 minute, but just try. I have stories that have no minutes. I have picture stories. So the story doesn't have to be so calculated. Stories are fun. Stories are free. Stories are liberated.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else?
Yes, I have a question. I got the 10 stories per day. Okay, but I have a question on YouTube because I asked it at the last mastermind and said, wait till this one. So I had, and I still have 2 YouTube accounts. I have my Coaching with Maria, but I also decided to migrate everything to just my name, Maria Bradfield. So I'm moving everything from my Coaching with Maria YouTube channel to my Maria Bradfield. And does that make sense? Because I just said,
it's all about sustainability and what you can handle. I have two YouTube channels. I have Natalie Nicole and I have my Woman Who Boss network that was previous. We're gonna change it for every woman. But you do what you and I have a team that does my YouTube. I personally don't do anything on my YouTube. I don't have the capacity to. So I like someone running my YouTube. It makes me feel good. So I always say to anyone, you can do what makes you feel comfortable, or you can hire out and get help so you can do everything. Because you only have 24 hours in a day. So, and then you only have a few working hours. So I will start with your name. And as you grow with your other brands, you can have other channels and other pages for that. But I will always start with my personal.
Everybody was having a hard time finding me on the YouTube, my business one. So I said, let's just put up my name. Everybody knows my name.
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name. Right. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that. So, and migrating, like I have like 3 to 4 years of content. And I have another question.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been podcasting for 4 years now. And I do podcasts, and they're not very long. But the question is, should I go back and put those on video?
Yeah, you can you will hire a video person that can extract it, and then they can put it on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so I'm going to use some story blocks and use some of them as part. So I'm narrating and then.
So 2 things you can do. You can have somebody extract you can go to Upwork.com and search for somebody.
No. I have someone that does it.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
So what is your question?
Go back and.
I'm sorry. What is your question?
The question is, should I go back and take all that content that I have on audio only and create video out of it?
If you feel like this is video worthy and you like what you're saying, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you like what you're saying, yeah, why not? Great way to reuse content. All right. Anybody else?
Matt, I know everybody can do different things, but what is your opinion on posting the same things across different platforms at the same time?
I think that it works. You know, I think that for me, what I wish I would have done is I'm hiring somebody for TikTok right now. I think that why not? You know, I think that sometimes, like, okay, let me give you an example. My YouTube video might be 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and you'll extract a piece of that video and put it on your TikTok and on your Facebook and on your Instagram. So I think it's all about taking the content and reusing it in different ways.
Okay, but you can do it that way, or you can do, like, let's say I post a reel on, let's say I had all 6 that you recommended. Do the same reel, same time, all 6, or mix those.
Yeah, when you're using a widget, that's what they do. They post on the same time. Mm-hmm. When you're using, whether you use the website we built for you, like the Go High Level, you can literally put in the back end and have everything posted at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, the goal is not to make it harder. Like, especially when you're first growing a brand, like, we don't know that, like, I don't, when people say, well, the algorithm is messed up, no, we're just not consistent. You know? Mm-hmm. So that's my thing. Like, it's not like my TikTok grew to 33,000 followers and I just stopped being on TikTok. I'm about to get back on TikTok. I have so much content for TikTok. What's the worst that can happen? It has less views. You know? So I would get the Volt together, what's on your phone, and start just having a lot of content being created and moved into a space where now you're able to reuse content on different platforms. Mm-hmm. All right. Next question.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So on Facebook I changed just using my name to Dr. Fran Speaks because I am the brand, but I do post a lot of my personal stuff there. So I'm actually working with Melissa to do Dr. Fran Speaks as more personal, professional coaching. So now I'm thinking, what do I do? You can let me know if I need to do anything like separate it. Like stuff I post, like pictures or whatever, me and a brand or whatever. Do I need to make a separate page for that or just keep all of that in one?
So okay, go back a little bit. So Dr. Melissa is doing the Facebook. Okay, she's doing Dr. Melissa.
So I'm creating a Dr. Fran Speaks brand, and like she's doing my website and stuff like that. So, but on social media, all things social media, that's my handle, Dr. Fran Speaks. But mostly, right now I'm not talking about personal, professional development, coaching, or anything like that. It's more, I'm just putting stuff right up there, just kind of keep me relevant per se.
But I still think that I think Dr. Fran Speaks is still a brand. So I mean, I'm sure that Dr. Melissa knows that's a brand. So whether you're with your grandkids, whether you're at church, whatever, it's still a brand. If you look at TD Jakes, he has preaching and then he has family, he has food, he has everything. So a brand is a brand. Okay. A personal brand is a brand.
Okay, I just didn't know if I needed to separate it out. That was my question, not Melissa's question.
I personally wouldn't. I'm saying when you go back to her team, if they're doing, so a website and a social media is two different things. So the website will just be where it's a landing, so where the journey lands at. So social media is one thing. And I personally don't like boring social media pages. I don't like all those quotes. Like, I personally don't like that. You have to mix it up with real conversations, real life, faceless content, mix it all up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else before we go?
I got a question.
Awesome.
I got a question.
Okay.
I want to hear about strategy and systems a little bit. Like, you talked about having that batch of content. Are you batching stories, and what systems and tools are you using, and how do you decide kind of what you bring out of your database, and how do you? I just want to hear some more about your systems.
Yeah, so that's why I keep it really generic, specifically for this call, because probably 95% of you guys are not very active on social media. You don't really have like huge. So when you first start, you want to first be very consistent with your content. So my main strategy for my clients is what I shared. What is your authentic voice? Who do you want to be on social media? I'm using an app my agency uses Go High Level, and we also use Hootsuite. Right, those are two things that we use for right now. If our client does not have a personal branded website with us, then we will use like Hootsuite as an option, right? Or Planoly, Hootsuite, or Go High Level. Those are three that we use. Outside of that, the strategy is collecting all of your content, everything you have going on, right, with your brands, and making sure that you're consistent. So I might have 29,000 photos in my phone and videos in my phone, but I don't have to go back to Mars to put my content together. I'm literally just catching up with real time right now. So whatever, because I think that's where a lot of issues that people have is that they're trying to post what they did 3 years ago or 3 months ago or 1 month ago, and no one really they want to know what you're doing now, right? So if you ever see me do a throwback or something, I'm really doing like a compilation of maybe a trending sound that is bringing my story together. But to get your social media back going, I definitely would say is you've been traveling a lot, posting real time, sharing what's on your mind, sharing what's on your heart. And if you want to batch your content for the week, for the 7 days, you can, right? And have it shoot out. You either go to your analytics, and I don't really love the analytics if your page was not growing already, because that's not real. You can change your analytics, you know? So I personally like to post every morning between 8 to 10. Because the algorithm is not consistent with, even if you put on the scheduler app, post at 8 o'clock, I'm going to see your content to the next day. So you being consistent for yourself, not so much for Instagram. And then when it comes down to systems and strategy, in addition to that, using like tools like AI tools for helping you with captions, helping you with, even if you're going to do voiceovers and you want to create voiceovers and you don't know what to say, use AI. I mean, I use ChatGPT. People use different things, you know. I personally use ChatGPT for most of my AI conversations. Now I'm a very minimal user. Like I don't have an advanced speak like this. I'm generic as heck on there. So I hope that helped. And we can talk. I want to get too advanced on this call. So if you have any like further questions, if it's like for clients or something like that for you, then that's cool. But for you guys, I don't want to overdo it. Lisa's teaching me how to like keep it simple because I think that when you do because I can grow a strategy. I can do a strategy to help you get 100,000 followers, but it's very intense, you know. So you want to first be consistent with this part, and then after you're consistent, then we can do partnership posts, sponsored ads, you know, paying influencers, paying health coaches. Like there's so many different things you can do to advance your page. So just to give you a little nugget, if you have anyone that has a lot of influence, going live with that person, and whether you have to pay them or whatever it is, pay to play, sometimes you have to, you know, and because you're paying them for their influence. And sometimes, let's say a person that is a financial advisor, you know, Janelle, and you might want to pay them to say, hey, can we go live together? Can I interview you? Because they know they have influence, and they're using their influence to come on there. Or if you say, hey, I'll do your credit for free, or I'll give you a $500, whatever, and then barter so you can be able to get their market and collaborate. All right.
I got one more question.
For sure.
So, this is one, and I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
It's okay.
If you feel like, you know, you just don't do much. Like me, I'm very chill. I'm laid back. I don't do much. I work out. I eat. I work. You know, how do you make your social media unboring?
I think that what we mentioned is like you do a lot. I just think you don't put on your Instagram. Like I don't see anything from the mastermind on your social media. You know, like I don't really think you're boring. I personally don't feel like you're boring. I feel like you're a beautiful woman. You have a lot going on. We just had content day. There's a lot of BTS in your folder. You know, I know that you got your stuff approved. We gotta talk because I don't really think you should use Active Campaign for this one, for the freebie stuff. We'll talk about it, but I don't think you're boring at all. I think that you just think a lot, and it's okay. But if you have to unfollow everybody, babes, unfollow them because comparison is the thief of joy. So you're not boring. But when we look at everyone's overstimulated content on Instagram, it makes us feel like we're boring. I don't look at anybody's stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I see someone's stuff, I see it, but I'm not a scroller. I literally, like, if I scroll, it's like for like 15 minutes, and I'm off. And that's like 15 minutes throughout the day. I don't like scrolling on Instagram because I don't want to get sidetracked. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the main reasons, like, cognitively, why you probably feel like that about your page. But you're not boring at all. You're very smart. You're educated. You speak well. I just think that you have to find the energy again to feed your people.
Mm-hmm.
Change your environment up. Go to Home Goods. Change your background up. Spend like $500. Just get you a whole new vibe. Paint one of the walls. Sometimes that's what it takes. A new environment, a different aesthetic can change the whole excitement. Like, I know me, if I have a new couch, I'm excited. Right? If I have a tree, I'm like, I'm gonna do videos in front of this tree. That's me, you know? So, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk. It's like, if I when I'm not stable, I can't go live and I can't do my thing. Like, I was moving from one place, this place, moving to Houston. I had a lot going on. I done gained weight. I done did this. Oh God, I'm human too. But I fight throughout those moments.
Thank you. I'll put on a different thinking cap.
Yeah, and also you're part of my accountability group. Like, let's go. We are lit. You know, and if you guys are not a part of, Lisa Nichols' health and wellness community, she partnered up with Total Life Changes. I know there's not a call for that, but Janelle's a part of it, and we are lit all day. We're giving content, we're doing different things, you know? So I would start posting about your health and wellness journey, you going to Pilates. I would just start doing something different than talking about credit. Me personally. That's what I did for a year. I was not even talking about TLC. I was talking about working out and eating salads. And then by default, I started looking crazy good, you know? So it's like, you could change it up. And then by default, you can even go on ChatGPT. It's like, put 10 reasons why people should put their health first while building their credit. Girl, there'll be a bunch of stuff on there. Or build their financial health. So I'm holding you accountable, my girl. All right. Yeah, water aerobics is perfect, Maria. I love that. Yeah, don't create other stuff, you guys. Like, you don't have to just talk all day on Instagram, and on social media, just whatever platforms. Just be yourself. Do you have friends? If you don't have friends, go to LinkedIn, go connect, go join some communities. Just don't feel like you're just by yourself. Man is not to be alone. That's not just talking about being in a relationship. That's just in general in life. Be around people. Janelle, come to Houston. If you want to come visit me, come. Get out the house. Don't just sit there. All right.
I thought you were in Houston again, but I didn't know if you were just visiting or not.
No, I moved to Houston. Well, I have events all the time. You'll see it. So when I have an event, come make a weekend out of it. I do stuff all the time here. Actually, I have an event I want you to come to, so we'll talk about it.
Man.
Okay. All right. I'm posed that. Well, Dr. Fran, she's my client, but I definitely will share in the group. Yeah, it is. I don't try to sell my stuff to you guys. If someone figured out how to become a client, it's cool. But I'll send you, I have a woman empowerment event I'm doing. I'll send it to you, Dr. Fran, send it to the group. I just try not to put all my stuff inside that group, So if you follow me on Instagram, that's where everything is open, to everything. I just try not to be so salesy in Lisa's group. Out of respect for her community. Yeah, so definitely just make sure you follow me on Instagram because I post everything on there. And then I'll talk to her about it to see what type of partnership we can do with the branding and digital marketing stuff. But for right now, I try to post on my Instagram page.
How can we, thank you for that. I felt a little left out, but thank you for explaining that.
Yes.
And I do follow you. So, which leads me to my next question. I had a whole bunch of followers on Facebook and stuff like that, and I guess algorithms have changed between Instagram and Facebook, so you don't see a lot of people anymore. And I guess they're not seeing me. And then Some people are asking me to follow or friend them again, and I'm like, wait, did we stop being friends? I didn't get that.
Instagram is
you know,
weird.
so-
Like sometimes it does that. Like it has people. Me unfollowing people all the time. Just follow them back. You know, it's technology. No biggie.
Can I add something to that, Matt?
For sure.
Dr. Fran, be careful, because what people are doing now, they're cloning other people's pages, especially if you have like a little bit of influence and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you know you're friends with somebody and you now all of a sudden see them trying to follow you or friend you back, just kind of click and look through, because they're cloning people's pages and you're putting yourself in a place to be scammed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I don't. People hit me up all the time like, oh, they have your page. If you unfollow a page that has 500 followers and you give them your money, that's on you, baby. So, you know, so I only have one page. Make sure you're following the right pages. I have one TikTok page attached to my Instagram. I don't have anything else. You know? So, people been like, I don't know. I don't like that about social media, that there's so many scammers, but I try to remove myself from that thought and just focus on my grass and just rock out like that. All right, so we're gonna close up the call. I'm excited about you guys. Our challenge is posting on Instagram, posting on at least 3 networks 3 times a day. Okay, and posting on your stories at least 8 to 10 times a day. And I'm talking about, you guys, something as simple as just a little highlight of your day. You guys, it's not hard. You can say nothing. If you're like me, I'll say nothing. If I feel like in the mood to speak, I'll do it. But I don't really feel like the mood. I'm not a speaker yet. That's not my thing, you know? So I don't have like all these great motivational conversations. If I do get online, it's because that's really in me and that's what I want to say. So I have a very authentic, kind of like how Lisa speaks about transformational, inspirational, motivational, right? Informative. Like I'm more of an inspirational type of girl. If I feel inspired, I'll speak. If you're someone that wants to transform people's life when you speak, do your big one, right? But have lots of fun. If you're interested in connecting with me on any other levels, just send me a personal message. You know, we'll talk. And let's have some fun. Let's build our businesses, build our brands. Let's impact. Let's add our right fit client, you know, identifiers to our content, and let's grow.
Nat, one more question, Papa.
For sure.
How big are you on appearance? Like, do you, like with brand wise, it's like the brand wise thing. There's no because. But how big are you, or what is your opinion on looking a certain way every time you show up, or most of the times that you show up?
Baby, like if I didn't have something to do after this, first of all, I'm in transition right now. So I have a bunch of workout clothes that I need to get some more workout clothes from my store. But at the end of the day, how you look is based upon how you want to show up as. So me, for example, whether I have no jewelry on, I just took my weave out, no weave, whatever it is, I love myself. Your love for yourself and how you take care of yourself and your self-care, that matters. That's number one. Everything else is a byproduct. I don't care how much stuff you have on your body, how many clothes you have on. No one really cares, honestly. And the people that are attracted to that are surface. Mm-hmm. Do I have nice things? Yeah. But what's nice? This dress costs $50 from my friend Ashton's boutique. Mm-hmm. What's figured? Thank you. What's nice? So I can go back to that for anybody about that, because I've had $5,000 dresses on, $500 dresses on, $2,500 dresses on, $50 dresses on, $5 sales stuff on, and I still I feel better with the other stuff than the ones that cost me more. So it's relative. It's how you feel inside, you know. If you want to wear, I'm an athleisure girl. I wear workout clothes every day. I don't think I'm going to change that. Like my shoes I have on right now are flats. They're a little fancy, right? but they're flats. I don't want to wear heels. For what? I don't want to wear heels. One thing about it, like one thing I use my branding for, like my brand is very strong. The reason why I attract doctors, lawyers, realtors, accountants, I attract people that are in the streets trying to figure their life out. I have a vast market of people because I realize that loving people is not about how they look. Loving people is literally how it's me personally is how I feel about myself dictates how I can love other people. If I don't love myself and I'm feeling good about myself, then I'm going to project the lack of on somebody else. So just remember that, you be confident in your clothes that you have on. You look beautiful. You're a beautiful woman. You look amazing. How you feel about yourself is all that matters. And if you want to pop out and wear clothes, cool. But I personally changed my whole identity in my brand. I do not dress up like that. I really don't. And I struggled with that for a while until I realized I just don't want to. Like when I was in the shower, I just got my hair done. I just took my hair out. I was like, I don't want to wear that in my hair right now. I didn't feel like it. So again, I'm just telling you this because I care about you guys. I want you to know this. Like, don't let Instagram fool you and make you feel like you have to keep up with other people. That's who they are. And that's cool. If somebody wants to be fancy, let them be fancy. I love it for them. But I'm a hybrid. Right? I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to do what I feel. And I'm going to allow God to lead me in the spaces I'm in. So, hope that helped you guys. I'm excited about your success. I'm excited about your future. I'm definitely a message away. Just because you're not my client doesn't mean I can't connect with you. Of course, I don't have a lot of time because I'm busy and I'm working, right? We all are. But I try to do voice notes as much as possible. And I'm never not too busy. Like, just send me a voice note. Send me a phone. Send me a text message. Like, let's just communicate. That's how you build relationships. Communication. So I'm not sure you and I have to talk for sure. Just now settling down. But I can't wait for us to collaborate for sure because I think that the world needs another look at what does it look to build a brand that's not surface, right? And how are you able to grow a brand and connect with the right people? So, love you guys. And thank you again, Casey, for your patience with me as I am settled today, right?
Of course.
To be on the call.
I know you've got a lot going on. Don't even apologize.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, you guys. I gave you guys a little sneak peek. I'm going to go, actually, as well. It was a private mastermind. Those people paid over $65,000 to $75,000, right, to have access to that call. And we were part of a mastermind group with Lisa Nichols. And I love it because I just like sharing the real deal. None of them really have a lot of followers, but they have a lot of motion, a lot of impact. And that's what I realized about social media. And I'm in TLC. I have my digital marketing company. I have my store. At the end of the day, this is my page. Natalie Nicole, this is my page, right? So I do what I want on my page. That's what I do. And I do what feels right. And I want to invite you to do that for yourself. Stop overanalyzing. Stop overthinking. Stop comparing yourself. Stop explaining anything to anybody. So if you're somebody that wants to hire my company to build your brand out, if you want a VIP day, fly to Houston and we kick it, build out your brand in real time. If you're someone that wants to join TLC, it's free today. And you get my mentorship, my coaching, my community. I am part of we built out a new community called the Freedom Community. And if you want to be part of the Freedom Community, you get access to a bunch of cool things. But we're excited. We're really excited. So whether you join me or somebody that is a part of whomever's team, they told you to follow my page, go back to them and hit them up and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. But one thing I would say is that the real motion is offline. As you heard someone say, well, why do I know about this? Because the motion is not just on Instagram. The motion is here. Here, right here. The motion is what me and Heaven and I are about to do. Imagine your mama calling you Heaven. Your mama was different.
Yeah, she was.
I love it. Your dad calls you Heaven? Heaven, come here. You can't be mad when you speak to you. But yeah. So we're here. We're getting some things done. I'm having a private event here in Houston, Texas. Let me tell y'all the date. You want to come to Houston the weekend of August 23rd. So I'm coming to Atlanta. Hold on. God. Okay, sorry. I'm about to sing my Sierra song. Coming to Atlanta. So I have a whole 7-city tour. Y'all know when I say I'm back active, meaning that pull up, Google get social media secrets. You probably want to get a VIP thing. The VIP is like $22, and that just comes with my social media books and stuff. If you don't want to get VIP, don't. I try to figure out how to make it fun, you know? And then we have a bunch of I am coming to ATL, y'all. So I am outside doing my thing. And if you're part of my team, again, I serve all the total life changes, but I'm a businesswoman. I'm serving my team, right? It's business. So you serve your team, you go to different markets, everybody can come, they can all pull up, that's cool. But the reality is I'm working with people that want to work with me. So if you want to work with me, you connect, link. If I'm your sponsor specifically, if I'm your upline, you know, I try to respect whoever your upline is and let them know, like, hey, you know, I want to pull up on Natalie. And this is not a dictatorship. You're part of somebody else's team. You don't got to ask permission, to come to my events. Pull up. You want to pull up, right? I think that God has given us the gift of total life changes, and I'm one of the gifts, you know, I would say that. And you're a gift too. So when I come to your city and you want to touch and agree and you want to learn, grow, evolve, I think it's going to be a great idea to come. So I see you guys. Super, the flyers getting worked on right now. Literally every Saturday is something. If it's not Houston, it's another city. I am committed to make it happen. So, see you guys. Lick my nails. I'm not boring anymore. Bye. And I'm checking my DMs. So get in my DMs if you have any questions. But y'all, it's like less than $100 to join. Spend your money. If you are not in if you're in TLC already, take this moment and spend your money and let's make it happen. All right.